how are you all? I wish all will be well. In this video, we are going to start about a new chapter, that is current electricity, under which we will discuss about the drift velocity. Okay, in this video only we will discuss about the drift velocity, and after that we will derive Ohm's law by using the concept of drift velocity. Okay, so shall we start? Okay, then be ready with your pen and copy and let's start it. So, we are going to start with current electricity. So, we have discussed about the charges. Charges can be in rest also and in motion also. So, there are different types of charges. Charges can be in rest also or in motion also. The rest and motion. The branch of physics under which we deal about the charges at rest is known as electrostatics. That is known as electrostatics, about which we have already discussed in the first and second chapter. So the branch of physics under which we discuss about the charges at rest is known as electrostatics, and charges in motion we are going to start. Okay. Charges of motion of charges are of two types. One is constant and another is variable. Means constant velocity and variable velocity. Okay, constant velocity and variable velocity. So under constant velocity we will discuss about current electricity, the branch of physics which deals about the charges in motion with constant velocity, that is known as current, okay, or current electricity or current, and the branch of physics in which we discuss about the charges in motion with variable velocity is called electromagnetism. Okay. So this is the little bit introduction regarding electricity. Under this, you will understand about the charges. If charges are moving with constant velocity, then there will be a current generated. So about that we will discuss under this current electricity. Okay. So now the first concept coming in the case of current electricity is what? That is drift velocity. Okay, so drift velocity, we are going to understand about those concepts, that is what is drift velocity. Sometimes this derivation of drift velocity also comes in board exam. So this is important derivation. So let's understand about it. So what is the drift velocity? About it you will understand, but before it, little concept I will explain. If we have taken a conductor, suppose one conductor you have taken, okay, which has velocity, which has some electrons. Definitely, if you have taken a conductor, it has free electrons which will move inside the conductor. Obviously, it has free electrons which will move inside the conductor. Okay, so they have, these electrons have random velocity. Suppose with u1 velocity, one electron is moving, another is with u2 velocity in some other direction, one is u3, another particle is, another electron is u3 in a different direction. So they are randomly moving. So these electrons are randomly moving. But when you will apply electric field on it and you will connect with a cell, okay, when you will connect with a cell, first of all, when you will apply electric field, the electrons will accumulate. See, if you are going to apply electric field, then these electrons will accumulate this side, because electrons experience force in opposite direction of electric field. So obviously these electrons will move in this direction, and positrons. Positrons means the atoms which has lost these electrons, then they will have positive charges, so they will move in this direction. So electrons are moving in this direction, so these electrons are accumulated there. When we connect these electrons, this conductor with a battery, these electrons, this battery will try to move it. What is the use of battery? Battery never gives the electrons. it only gives energy to the electron to move inside the conductor. Okay, so it tries to move the electrons. It don't give the charges. Means it doesn't give electrons. It only tries to move. It only moves the electron inside the conductor and provides energy to the electron so that they can move inside the conductor. Okay, so when you will apply electric field, then electrons will, and cell is you have attached with the cell, then electrons will starting moving in this direction with suppose velocity v1, v2, v3. When you have applied electric field, earlier they were moving in random direction. Earlier this conductor electrons, free electrons, were moving in random direction with velocity u1, u2, u3. So there is no exact value. Means overall we can consider the velocity is 0. And practically also you can understand, if you will touch any iron rod now, which is not connected with any current, okay, which is not connected with any electric field or any cell, then when you will touch, you will not feel any current, any shock. Why? Because these free electrons are not there. The drift, their drift means motion, their velocity or motion has no particular direction. So that's why overall motion of the electron is cancelled. So there is no current. Okay, in this case there is no current inside the conductor. If there is current in any conductor, then you will feel shock. But when you will apply current, apply a cell on ends of the conductor, then what we will find, these electrons will experience a force because of electric field, and because of that they will accelerate in some direction and they will try to move in some direction from negative terminal. They will move towards the positive terminal, and then electron moves from negative terminal to again positive terminal. Like this they will move inside the whole circuit. Okay, because of this cell, because cell is providing energy. Electrons come to this cell providing energy, then again it jumps to the negative terminal and it tries to move to the conductor. Again it comes here and it moves from here and again came back to the cell and taking energy, then again starting moving. Like that happens in the cell. Means what happens, electrons of the free electrons moves from, because of the electric field they experiences a force and they moves to the cell, they gets energy from the cell and move towards in the whole circuit. Okay, so obviously because of this electric field, they experience some force. Okay, so the force which they experience is because of the electric field. Now first case we will write when these electrons were moving randomly. In that case, so we can say that the initial velocity of all electrons will be equals to 0, obviously, because they are randomly moving and there is no current inside the conductor. So the initial velocity is 0. And what are the initial velocities? So that is u1 plus u2 plus u3 up to un. Suppose n number of electrons are there. So the initial velocities of all n electrons, we can consider that is equals to 0. Okay, so up to here it is clear. So this is the equation first. Now when you apply, this is for first case. Okay, now when you apply a cell on the ends of this conductor, then what you will get, you will find that these electrons experiencing a force, and if there is some force, obviously the electrons will accelerate and they will have some different velocity. So you know, by the Newton's here you can write, when we apply electric field towards at the ends of conductor, then what will happen? Then all electrons will experience some force. Okay, all the electrons experience a force, and because of that they will accelerate. So you know, by the equation of first equation of motion, v equals to u plus at. If any particle has experiences some acceleration or some force, because of that it it changes, its velocity changes. Okay, so since its velocity is changing, so we can consider this. So v equals to the final velocity because of this acceleration, v equals to u plus a by the first equation. Now velocity of first particle. So for velocity of first particle, what you will write? So consider final velocity means the velocity with which these electrons are drifting toward the positive end. With which velocity they are drifting towards the positive terminal. Okay, so consider the final velocities of particles with which they are drifting is v1 v2. For different particles it may be different, so v1 v2 v3 up to vn for n particles. Okay, and tau be the and tau 1 tau 2 up to tau n be the, is it visible, and tau 1 tau 2 tau n be the relaxation time of these particles then relaxation time is what? Relaxation time is nothing, only the time interval between the two collision of the particle. Okay, time, since any particle is experiencing force, so it will accelerate with the same acceleration. Okay, so but after collision it will change. If one electron will collide with another electron, so it will be different. So that's why the this time t, we have taken the relaxation time. Means if a particle accelerated because of this electric field, then it will move with velocity v. Okay, and suppose this before collision with another particle, it takes time tau 1. So that is the relaxation time. Means what is the, in simple words, what is the relaxation time? The time between the collision between the two electrons. The relaxation time is the time of the time interval between the two successive collision. Means if particle has started moving and it collide with another particle, so the time interval what it has taken before the collision of the particle, that is relaxation time. So in simple words you can say relaxation time is the time interval between the two successive collisions. Okay, so suppose this time on tau 2 and tau n will be the relaxation time of these particles, then by this equation v equals to u plus at, you can write v1 equals to u1, it's the initial velocity, and acceleration by the because of this electric field, and time t1. So time t1 you have taken tau 1. Only it's the consideration, this is tau 1. Now don't be confused with this. This is tau 1 only. Okay. So v1 equals to u1 plus a tau 1. Okay. Now for second particle it will be v2. v2 equals to u2, obviously initial velocity, into a tau 2. Why I am writing a only? Because electric field applies same acceleration on all particles. Okay, for same force it is applied on all particles. So obviously it is a. So a tau 2. Similarly, for Vn equals to un a plus a tau n. Now force electric field equals to you know, in first chapter you have studied that electric field equals to force per unit, like this you can write. Right. In electric field, in electrostatics you have studied that E equals to F upon V. You have studied, okay? So from here this force equals to Q into E we can write. We can write Q into E. Now Q is what? Here the charge is electron. So we will write here E into E. And with negative sign. Why I have taken negative sign? Because this force has opposite direction to this electric field. This minus E doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that that electron has negative sign. No, this electric field, this electric field, in what direction you have applied electric field, in opposite direction this electron experiences force. Means the direction of force is this, because electrons experience force in opposite direction to the electric field. So force is in this direction, electric field is in this direction. That's why I have written here negative sign. Understood? So this is F equals to minus E into E. So and by Newton's second law, force equals to what? Mass time acceleration. So from here, by equation first and second, by equation 1 and 2, we got F equals to this one also, F equals to this one also. So M into A equals to minus E into A. So from A here, A you got A equals to minus E upon M into E. So you got this much. So acceleration A equals to minus E upon M into E. Now, what is the drift velocity? Shall I remove this side? Okay. So what is the drift velocity? Drift velocity is the velocity with which all, means average velocity of all electron with which they are drifting. Okay. Average velocity with which are all the electrons drifting. Understood? It means that Vd equals to average of all these velocity with which all the electrons are drifting. So how can you find the average velocity? So obviously sum of all velocity divided by number of electrons. Like that you can find the velocity. Okay. So Vd equals to V1 plus V2 up to Vn divided by n. This is the average velocity of all electrons with which they are drifting. So that is equals to, now you can substitute all these values. So V1 equals to U1 plus A tau 1 plus V2 equals to U2 plus A tau 2, like same as Vn. Vn equals to Un plus A tau n divided by n. You can write here U1 you can separately take. So U1 plus U2 plus U up to Un divided by n plus A tau 1, A tau 2 you can take separately. So A is common everywhere in tau 1, tau 1 because all are A. So you can write tau 1 plus tau 2 plus up to tau n upon n. Okay, simple math it is, you can understand. Now U1 plus U2 plus Un upon n equals to 0. How? Because in starting you have written that average velocity. I forgot there to tell you that U1 plus U2 up to Un is not equals to 0. Average of all these equals to 0 means upon n, that is equals to 0. So this term will be average initial velocity of all electrons. What are the random, which in that case all the electrons were moving randomly. So average we have taken 0. So this term will be 0. So here in starting I told you about that U1 plus U2 plus up to Un equals to 0. No, average of all these equals to 0 because overall velocity we are taking 0. So average of all electrons, initial velocity of average of all electrons is equals to 0. So I forgot to write it there. So you write down in your copy that U1 plus U2 up to Un upon n equals to 0. Now so this term will be 0 plus what will be the answer? Here A tau A, this tau 1 plus tau 2 plus tau n upon n. Shall we consider it the average relaxation time, since sum of all relaxation time divided by number of terms, relaxation number of electrons. So obviously it is what? Average of all relaxation time, which we can consider which is tau. Okay, so you can write A tau. Now I write here So v equals to a tau, you got. Now what is the value of a from that equation? This equation considered third. So from third equation you can find the value of v is a. So a is minus e into e upon m tau. So this is the expression for drift velocity. Okay, vd equals to minus e into e upon m tau. So this is the expression for drift velocity. Magnitude of it is what? Magnitude of vd. Means magnitude of this velocity equals to what? E into e upon m tau. If in any question asked about the magnitude, you can use this. Okay. Okay, then